A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel and to this collective reading. If you resonate with this message, then please continue, or else you can opt for some other channeling session or some other video message. This message is for the person who is extremely strong now, and the other people who they were dealing with in the past, they did not know how strong you are. Basically, you are stronger than what they thought or who they thought you are. Alright, so as per this channeling session, I'm going to talk about someone who has been misunderstood by different people at different times. And this is after they did a lot for anyone who was in their life, be it a friend, be it a lover. But in the past few years, what I'm being shown is that they were probably in a toxic relationship or in a toxic situation where there were people around them who were constantly misunderstanding them or blaming them or making them feel bad about who they are as a person, their habits or their lifestyles, or simply the way they talk, simply the way they live, simply the way they behave. A lot of things were being shown as objections, and the reality is actually quite opposite. What they were getting from you is a lot of love, affection, understanding, support. You were literally going out of your way for these people. You were literally doing things that probably another person would never do for them. Okay? So these people, or one specific person I'm being shown who's popping out a lot. Now, this specific person could be a lover, it could be a partner, it could also be a sibling, it could also be a parent, or it could be a friend. Parent is the least shown to me, but in some cases it could be possible because they could have made comparisons like my child, my first child or my eldest child is very nice, my youngest is not, or my middle child is very nice, my fourth one is not. Or if there are two children, then there's constant comparison between two children. Or if there are two girls or two boys scenario, so whatever it is, the one person who I'm channeling today was probably being compared and was also pitted against others. And in this comparison situation, they were always told that you're not that good. You're not that good, and this was told to them in various ways. Via body language, via physical support, via favoritism. There were multiple ways, or just with the way you talk in front of others. This child was made to feel like, I'm probably not good enough. So they took it like literally very hard on themselves. It was not easy for them to digest this when they started realizing things in a much deeper way. And it could have been inner work, or it could have been maybe their kundalini started getting awakened, their spiritual awakening process strengthened more, so they could see things better. And this is also happening because one person, the one who's resonating, has to detach. You have to detach from the worldly reality. It is very, very important. Other than that, in relationships, marriages, and dating, or when there are two lovers involved, here also I'm being shown that you did everything. So whosoever resonates with this scenario, you did everything for your lover or for your partner. You would pamper them, you would care for them, you would take on a lot of words that they probably would say in a spat of anger, and they would later on say that I didn't mean it, I'm sorry. But those were really strong and harsh words. In some of the occasions, you felt that you were the only one who was doing everything to keep the relationship going on, and their effort or their presence or their support towards you was very less. They were not taking you out, they were not buying you any gifts, but they would expect you to be there for them as per their time schedule. So these type of toxic relationships wherein they don't take a stand for you, they don't support you, and eventually when this goes on for a long time, like you keep tolerating it, you keep accepting it, keep saying okay, fine, it's fine, it will be fine one day, it will be fine one day. But it is not fine because it goes on for too long. And when something goes on for too long, then other people start thinking that maybe you are okay with it, or you deserve it. It gives like a negative message about you. And it's not your fault. I'm not saying it's your fault. You were just following your heart, and you probably trusted the wrong people, or you just trusted people in general. But eventually things changed. Maybe this was predictable for someone who was wiser, or someone who could look at it from another perspective, from an outside bird's eye view perspective. They would have probably predicted, or they would have probably said that, this relationship is not going to work out if you don't do this, or if you don't do that, or even if you do this, it would be hard, it would be this, it would be that. So you probably, even you had an intuition, or you had a gut feeling that this relationship will take you through a metamorphosis, a different kind of an experience later on, and that's why maybe you held on to it. Or maybe it was your trust and faith in love, or maybe you had to learn some key lessons about life, wherein you had to learn how to recognize people's behavior. Sometimes you have to recognize people's behavior in a short span of time, or sometimes you have to recognize them in a longer period of time. Both is required. Some people are very nice instantly on the day 1, day 2, day 3, they are very nice, but later on they become like really horrible, or they reveal their true faces and true intentions, and you would have probably trusted them longer. So maybe this is God's way of helping you out, get out of that situation faster, and also give you a lesson who to trust, who not to trust, who to believe, who not to believe. But there is definitely an energy where you gave them a lot and they took a lot from you. So whenever someone takes a lot from you and you give that person a lot, universe will find its own way to balance it out for you. Somewhere, somehow, you will get that energy back. And if it is done with a pure intention, with love, it will come back to you amplified. Similarly, their intention towards you, if it was negative, it was full of selfishness, it was to use you, that will also go back to them amplified. Now, cut to, some time has passed by, you have probably realized what they were, and you have, seen their true faces. Or, for example, you believed in them, but now you don't believe in them so much. There was a time when you were 100% dependent on them. You would make most of your life decisions based on what they say. They would leave you for another person or other people. But as soon as they will find out that you have found someone better, or someone is interested in you, they will come back and create a scene and probably act like, they are the ones who own you and they possess you and nobody else has a right on you. So all of this happened for way too long, and then when things did not change, when things did not recover, when you realize that there is no point doing any of this, I've done it a lot, and maybe I'm also being shown that the level was crossed, like there is a certain threshold which they should not have crossed. There's a certain boundary which they should not have crossed, but they crossed it. Okay, so when they crossed it, it was at that point in time when you decided. And because of spiritual awakening and ascension, you also found out about inner work. Maybe you found out about twin flames. Maybe you found out about star seeds. Maybe you found out about all of these things, that energy works from within and not outside. And especially this twin flame word attracted you a lot. So you started researching about it. There are two types of people in this also. And God has its own way. Source and masters have their own way to make you do inner work. They will figure it out somehow. For some people, they have to meet some more wrong people, or they have to have their information, is probably not placed correctly. So some of the people, when they find out about the twin flame concept, they start waiting for the wrong person. They make this mistake because they listen to the messages, they listen to other videos, audios, whatever they attract, because it also depends on what you attract and when you attract it. It's not just about what, but it's also the timing when you attract it. So maybe at that time you were not that strong in your inner work, or you were still supposed to heal and supposed to go through some phases which would, make you recover more, or which would teach you more lessons. Maybe it was a dark night of the soul. So you mistook the messages and you started waiting for your perpetrator. You started waiting for someone who had treated you badly and who had victimized you, or who probably used love to hurt you, in simple words. Either you start waiting for that person or you stop waiting. The second type of people are who stop waiting for the wrong person. But it's not like in their heads they think that nobody is going to love me or nobody is going to care for me or everything will go bad, nothing will work out. You don't think like that. You don't go on those negative tangent. You think that I need to do my inner work. I need to heal myself. I need to recover from all of these traumas that I've gone through. And I will shine as a person. And when my time will come, I will shine so brightly that anybody who's meant to be in my periphery, they will come to me. In the first scenario also, there are two things that happen. One is either the person is completely a false twin, or the other person is probably someone who's like a soulmate who would probably change after a lot of inner work or after they themselves go through their lessons, their practical lessons. So in both the cases, these people will see that you are very strong, and they probably thought that you're not that strong. You are just about okay person, or they had a lot of misconceptions about you. They had a lot of misunderstandings about you. Or in some cases, they were too conniving. They were too cunning, like the first category of false twins. They were so cunning. They were the people who knew you are very nice, you are very gentle, you are a very gullible person, you believe just about anyone who gives you a little bit of love. Knowing all these factors, they hurt you, they treated you very badly. So whether it is this type of a person, a cunning, conniving, slimy person, slimy family, slimy friends, slimy work people, or whosoever falls in this category, or it is someone who needs to know your worth, in both cases they will see your shine. Both parties or both type of people will see your shine, and both will regret. But now obviously who's a very false person, they will just complain, crib, they will only be in denial, and they will continue their ways. But the good thing is that after they see your transformation, they will not mess around with other girls so easily, or other boys, like men, women, both go through these type of situations. So whosoever is in the opposite party, they will be like, no, I don't want to mess with this person or even this type of person, because they can make things go bad in my life. My luck is going to go back, my work will not happen, because there is a negative energy that goes back to them. I told you initially that whenever there is a disbalance or there's an imbalance, then universe finds its own way to fix that imbalance, to heal that imbalance, to cure these type of problems. Okay, so it's actually a very good thing, because God is on your side, angels are on your side, masters are on your side, and you are just getting trained. You are just being trained to learn certain techniques which will keep you in the present moment, where you will not be scared of what's going to happen, where you will not be fearful of the future. You will just enjoy your time and you will do your work. Whatever you love, you will do that. You will not stop doing what you love. So my dear friends, on this note, I'm going to close this channeling session. And I want to tell you guys, for your personal situations, for intuitive reading, for Twinflame astrology reading, for tarot combined readings, please check out the description box, and the PayPal link is given over there. If you are from India, then you have to write to me so that I can give you other details. But if you are from the West, then whatever tools are available, we will use that for Westerners or people who are out of India. Also for therapies, one thing is very important, that you need to have an urge, a desire, and this is the only desire they say is the best desire, the desire to heal, or the desire to do correct inner work, the desire to align your chakras. Because honestly, there is no other way to recover in the twin flame ascension journey, and there is no other way to heal, to transform. Whether you are a light worker, star seed, twin flame, an ascensioner in general, you would be attracted to the path of healing and recovering from your pain. But it's not an easy path, so you need hand holding, you need someone to guide you through this process, someone who can listen to you, someone who comes from the same world. If you go to regular psychiatrist or psychologist, they will give you the medications which will do you only harm. It will not be good for your mind actually. So check out the description box and all the information that's given below, and you can write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com. You can also buy my book In the Name of Love, which is based on the journey of finding your ultimate soulmate, and it is a mystical book. It is written with the help of masters and guides via channeling. This is the first time I was channeling. There are different types of channelings. There are paper channelings, there are auto paintings, there's clairvoyance, there is clairaudience, then there is this type of channeling, that audio based channeling I'm doing, then there are live channeling. So there are multiple ways to get messages from the higher beings who are benevolent, who are for us, who want us to grow and prosper. So I will see you soon in another one. One love, peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.